And it's so hard. You forget to appreciate those little things. And I beat myself up because I'm like that. You know, I was like, damn, I want all this, but like all these little things that I have are sometimes what people, you know, sometimes the little things that I take for granted are to other people the bigger things.
Yeah.
You know, a family.
Somebody would kill for what we have.
Somebody would
just the little things that we have.
A family, a car that drives, a roof over your head, food in your refrigerator, water coming out of your faucet. You know what I mean? Some of those things people would, you know, gladly take that and be happy. What you got right there?
A list of questions. Dude, I started using you ever use ChatGPT for anything?
I have for a couple of things. Just like I can't even really just questions or just things I'm curious about. Yeah. Or if I don't want to Google, I feel like GPT whatever gives it to you more detailed, and you like sometimes when you it just straight.
Q plus all of that.
GPTQ, whatever. It's just straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really like that. I like that app actually. I think it's a good.
I've been using Grok now, which is Elon Musk's app.
AI. His AI.
Yeah, his
app.
AI, and it's more sarcastic than ChatGPT, which is fun. So it's more of my humor.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're both about.
But it's the same thing.
Much, yeah.
It's the same thing. AI. Yeah, I've used it before just to ask some questions and get stuff out of it. I'm with the ChatGPT, and it's good for like finding like captions and stuff like that. You wouldn't think, but it does.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it.
I've gotten to the point now where I've used it enough, or if I see someone else using captions and I see their caption and I can tell I'm like, oh, there.
You got that from the
Chat GPT-tism in there somewhere.
Yeah, 100%.
So sometimes I'll edit it after just to make it feel a little bit more genuine, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I'll be honest, there's been times where I've had a certain feeling about something, and I'll say I'm feeling a certain way, and I'll chat GPTQ it. I'll be like, yo, like I'm feeling this way, blah blah blah. Is it normal? Or, just something, and it'll send me back like, yes, it is normal. Here's a couple things you can do. Like I think that's why I like it, because it doesn't just give you a straight answer. You know, if you ask it, it'll be like, here's what you can do. These are like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very detailed.
Do you feel like people might rely on it too much in the future though?
Oh yeah.
Might be like heavily dependent on it to where they can't make decisions on their own.
Ooh.
That's what I'm worried about.
Maybe not our generation.
No, probably not us, but like maybe our kids. Yeah. And that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, it's easy to start using it every day and then like start asking it questions or having it come up with ideas for the business. I'm like, at some point, I don't want it to be doing everything for me. Like I want to have an original thought again. Yeah.
I think it's okay to use it all the time as long as you like implementing your own ideas and stuff into it too, not just straight up. You know what I mean? Like it's cool because that's what it's there for. You just kind of use it to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's more important to keep up with it and use it than to try to boycott it.
Yeah.
Because you got those people out there too.
Yeah.
Trying to boycott it. I'm like, well, you're going to be behind in like 2 years. You're going to be like everyone's grandma with a phone. So. Yeah.
And it's only getting better and more advanced.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's good. I think people hate on it, but I think it's going to do more good than bad. So.
Yeah. Definitely more good, but there talks about AI taking over in the future, and I don't know if that is like would ever be like when you think of taking over, you think of like iRobot. I don't think that is even possible in a way. I just don't feel like something like that would happen.
People talk about they can say because they've talked about using it for like police work.
Yeah,
where like a robot is like where AI is in like security systems, and it can determine what's a crime and what's not. So at some point, maybe it thinks that what you're doing is a crime, but it might not be a crime, and you get arrested for something that's stupid. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like there's.
Yeah. I feel like there'll be ways to fight that too. Like if somebody did get arrested and the AI is the one that arrested them or something like that, it'd be very easy to fight in court because it's like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
I don't know. I just feel like if they are gonna do that and have it in like laws and stuff, they're gonna have to. It's gonna be, what's the word? Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to think of, but you know,
it'll be easily shut down, pretty much.
easily shut down. That's a good thing to put it.
So for those, I guess, who don't know who I am,
Vincent Swope. This is the man behind it all. This is how we get these beautiful videos out to you guys, edits or clips, everything. This is the guy that does it, man. Without Vincent, we wouldn't have a real podcast. So here's our special guest today.
well, without Isaac, it wouldn't be as real as it is.
Yeah, and we are.
I just make it look good.
We're down a guest. We're down our other Addie. Unfortunately, couldn't make it today. She's having
She's got more important things.
more important things.
She's got some life stuff to take care of.
Social problems, which we're not judging her for it. We hope that everything is okay and she figures everything out and gets back right. So we'll have her on in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we hope the best for her.
But
yeah,
I feel like kind of something we all kind of go through stuff. You know what I mean? And it's just like you gotta get through it, man. Like it's sometimes you're gonna go through stuff. It's real hard. Probably gonna bring you down. You're gonna be thinking about it for.
Do you ever?
You know what I mean? It's just.
Do you ever, like, whenever you run into? Because you and I see life a lot differently. We both have our own businesses, and do you ever, whenever you do face a problem? For me, I know that a lot of my growth has come from issues in the past and problems that I've had. Things that I've had to work through. So now, knowing that, do you, like, whenever you do come faced with like an uncomfortable situation, you kind of like crave to fight it and just like play that game, just to like, you know, like life isn't as easy anymore, but I'm kind of happy because now I can like play the game of fighting it.
It makes you just
like
makes you
smile back at it, kind of thing.
Yeah, it makes you want to. 100%. It makes you want to push harder. And it's like, man,
I guess it's just part of the grind of it.
The grind, bro. And like that's the thing. Like with us too, owning our own business and being young, you kind of want it all right now. You want it all to work out. You want it to all be successful and everything to happen the way you want it to, like today or the next day. But like with it just doesn't work like that, bro. No. Like you gotta consistently grind. You gotta go to the lowest of the low, experience that for a while, and then just when you think you're about to make it out, it's gonna bring you right back down again. But you can't just like let life keep you down, and you can't just, you know, keep feeling sorry for yourself and, you know, man, why me? Why is this happening to me? You gotta just, man, it is what it is. We're gonna get through it.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like a lot of people don't have that mindset nowadays, especially the younger generation. You know, they kind of expect everything to be handed to them and everything to be perfect, and you know, and as soon as one thing doesn't go their way, they're on to the next thing. You know, and they're not putting in consistent work and consistent energy and effort into something that, you know, you do enjoy. Like if you're trying to make your own business, people just want it to happen overnight, man.
Yeah.
You know,
they're looking for that quick cash.
Yeah.
And I think those are the people that just do it for the money too.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're just in it for the money and just for that quick, you know, I guess dopamine rush of seeing something work for a little bit, then I feel like you won't go as far as if you're someone who does it for something a little bit more than money. Mm-hmm. It's because you've either grew up, you didn't have a ton of money when you grew up, so like you want something a little bit more. You want to better yourself. You want to kind of create a legacy. Mm-hmm. I feel like some people don't see that. They just see the cash.
They see the money.
Yeah, they just see dollar signs.
Yeah.
And then they jump from thing to thing every 6 months. And I know a lot of people like that. Obviously, sometimes it does take people a couple tries to get something right. But then I think there's also some people that just don't know if they stick with something for like at least a year, you're still going to start seeing results. And then from there, it'll be easier to keep going. But some people just stop at the first hard problem that they come up against. And
you talk about, you know, all they see is money. It's okay, you know, because, I mean, obviously money is part of it, but it's not the motivation. If money is the motivation for you and whatever you're pursuing, then I don't think you'll ever get to where you want to be in life.
I think you should be money conscious, but
Yeah,
Be conscious of the money, but don't
get the money.
Yeah.
Just
money should be a byproduct of your success.
Yes, that's a beautiful.
You should be chasing something else, and the money should be what comes from that.
Yes, I like that.
I don't think you should be chasing the money. I don't think success should be measured by money either, which I hate that our culture does that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this guy's got so much money. I'm like, okay, well, you know, maybe he did grind, but maybe he was some rich dad's son and then just was born into it.
Yeah.
Like, he's not really successful. He's just kind of gifted with that.
And you know, like I hear that saying a lot too. Like, you know, money is happiness, or money
can't buy happiness.
Money can't buy happiness. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Yeah.
In a way, I disagree.
Yeah. Well, I think
money can buy you a trip to Japan.
I think that quote is something bigger than the little thing. So I feel like money can buy little pieces of happiness. But I think overall, like the idea of money can't buy what true happiness is, I think is what they're trying to say.
I don't know if it was, somebody said this. It was either Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, or something. No, Bob Marley. Bob Marley said this. He said, numbers are infinite. Money is numbers. So if you're chasing money, you're chasing numbers. Numbers are infinite. So you're always going to be chasing that money. You're never going to be truly satisfied. You're never going to be truly happy if you're always chasing numbers, because money is numbers. Numbers are infinite. If you need to find that sole purpose of that sole purpose of happiness, that sole, like, what truly brings you happiness, and it's a journey to find that, man. You know, and like being 23 and how old are you? 34? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm 23 as well.
He's 22. He's younger than me.
I'm 23.
Oh, okay. Well, he's younger.
I just turned 23.
Yeah, he is younger than me.
A little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, like you have to finding your happiness is a journey, and being young, you get frustrated in life, and you get frustrated at times because you're like, man, I'm doing all these things right, and I'm eating healthy, I'm working out, I got a job, I got a wife, I got a family. But still, sometimes there's something lacking. There's still not, man, why do I still feel like I'm not truly 100% happy? And it's just like, because you're still learning life. We just started life, you think about it.
Yeah.
We're young,
I think we expect a lot.
And you just
but that's good, because not all 23-year-olds have that.
Yes.
Which is interesting to see, because I think you've probably seen it too. Other people our age, on the weekends, they just go out and party.
Yeah.
Just live for the weekends.
They're going to Tuscaloosa.
It's like, for you and me, we still, like, my mind is always on the business.
Yeah.
From through the weekend.
Yeah.
Every night. There's sometimes I do, I can sit back, relax. I don't mean I don't party every once in a while. I enjoy getting down. But
yeah.
I think it's like we care a little bit more than other people do.
100%. And like how you said, like even on my off days, it's not really an off day. Like I still go up to the shop, I clean it, I make a post trying to get more people, and it's just like no matter what, I'm always thinking about the business, and it's a good thing to have that kind of mindset too. But I think it's also good to have that balance to where you can sit at home and not think about the business and just think about what you have and what because right now, like say you got a studio now. I know 3 years ago you were probably like, man, I wish I had a studio.
Yep.
And now you got here, and now you're like
a year ago today. Like, I didn't get the studio till like June of last year.
Yes.
So this time last year, I was still working out of the house, which is hard to believe.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy because you keep grinding though. But even now you have this, I'm sure you're still like, man, I want this. Yeah. I want to have this. I want to have what I have now, just better and in a bigger.
I was actually driving by, the warehouse.
Yes.
District, not the warehouse district over here, but where Walmart distribution is.
Yes.
There's warehouse buildings back there. I was driving back there today because some of them are for lease, and I was like, this would be a sick production studio.
And it's just like
way out of my range right now.
But you have everything you need right here. And it's I feel like it's part of being human, man. It's like you're never really truly gonna be satisfied. I feel like you always want more, no matter how much. Even millionaires and billionaires, they have yachts, they have. I don't know personally. I don't know no billionaires, so don't quote me on this, but I could tell you right now they're probably not truly 100% happy. There's something lacking.
I think we enjoy chasing. I think that's what it is. We enjoy chasing something, an idea or a lifestyle or freedom of some sort. But I think once you get there, then if we're purpose-driven people and we get there, then we have no purpose anymore.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to enjoy unless you're purposefully going towards something.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the joy and happiness is in that journey toward that thing.
Yep.
And then, like, change your goal once you're about to hit it. Like, okay, this was our goal. We've hit that. Now let's push even further.
Yep.
And some people, they'll get to the top and then they just dump because they realize that there's no happiness.
There's no happiness there. Not what they were wanting. Yeah. Yeah, chasing, man. We're always chasing something. It's part of human nature. Chasing money, happiness. But like we just won't ever truly be satisfied unless we have that real purpose in life and figure out what it is that truly does like make you happy. But I don't feel like you can ever achieve true happiness unless you're like a monk.
Yeah, I guess it's all about perception
of life. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's whatever true happiness is to that person.
Yeah, everybody has their own
idea
of true happiness, I guess.
I think true happiness is in the little things that you take for granted.
It's so hard. You forget to appreciate those little things. And I beat myself up because I'm like that. You know, I was like, damn, I want all this. But like all these little things that I have are sometimes what people, you know, sometimes the little things that I take for granted are to other people the bigger things.
Yeah.
You know, a family.
Somebody would kill for what we have.
Somebody would.
Just the little things that we have.
A family, a car that drives, a roof over your head, food in your refrigerator, water coming out of your faucet. You know what I mean? Some of those things, people would, you know, gladly take that and be happy. But when you have that, I guess you're just kind of being spoiled. Not really, you know, not being spoiled, but you just.
Well, I mean, I think it's natural to take it for granted. But you just have to learn to step away sometime and look at your life and be like, okay, it's not as bad as I make it seem.
Yeah.
So like now, when I am having a bad day, I'm like, well, am I really having a bad day, or is my brain just on one of those things again? You know, like I feel like everyone has those. It's like
all the time.
There's always those days. It's like it was no different than yesterday, but your mood is just worse.
The mood is different.
And
same weather, same everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a way on those days to like still appreciate what I have, and like try to figure out why I'm not as happy as I was the day before. I think it's just like the human brain has its own.
So what do you do? Because I'm the same way, bro. Like today was a great day.
Yeah.
I had an awesome day. I'm happy. Everything's good. I'm about to go home to the wife and the
kids.
kids.
You wake up in a good mood. You feel good.
I feel great.
You're
Yesterday,
excited to go
bro.
Eat lunch.
Yesterday, bro, terrible day. Like,
do you ever have those days, like yesterday, for example? Like, I don't know. Maybe this is just me, and it's like a mental thing. But like today, I woke up, good mood. You know, like little things sound fun to do. Like, oh man, I'm excited to go to lunch. You know, I'm excited to eat. You know, this place sounds cool. This place sounds cool. You know, like I'm gonna go grab a Red Bull, whatnot.
Yeah.
But then I also have days I'm like, what the hell's the point of a restaurant? Like, why do we even eat food? And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm just down in the dumps.
Just
no reason at all.
Just negative.
There's no reason. But I haven't quite figured out a way to fight it. But I think just like push through it. Like, cause now I'm conscious of it. If you're conscious of it, then I feel like then you can fight it. If you're not conscious of it, then I feel like it's harder to fight.
I'm with that because I'm the same way. I'm in my head all day. But then I feel like when I am fighting it, then it's just a constant battle in my head all day where I'm just sitting there just talking to myself and like, yo, like, don't even think about it. Just flush it, move on, let's go. Try to be happy. And then it still doesn't work. I'm just still like.
Yeah, I don't think you'll I don't think you'll ever convince yourself to be positive, think positively sometimes in those moments. I think you're just gonna.
But bro, I've met there's people I know people who are. I've never seen them mad. I've never seen them angry. I've never seen them. They're just always positive, happy people.
Yeah, I think they're just retarded.
But maybe they're they're just you're only seeing that one side of them. Maybe when they go home, it's
yeah. Sometimes those are the people that have the biggest mental issues because they don't show any other side of them.
Yeah.
But no, I know some people too that are always happy.
And it's just like, dude, why are you always fucking happy all the time?
Yeah, it
How are
pisses
you always
off,
happy?
doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's like, what the fuck is there to be that happy about? Where you just come in,
No, like I think I try to be more like that. Like just try to be optimistic because I feel like you can trick yourself into being happy. I wouldn't say trick yourself into being happy. I just think I think some of us dwell on our own negative thoughts too much, or it pisses us off.
Yes.
So like if I am having a negative thought, I'm like, it's not going to do me any good to dwell on it. So let me just be happy, treat other people with a smile, and just try to enjoy the day because it's, another day that I woke up.
Yeah.
So
Right there.
I
Another
think
day
it's, I think just having a positive attitude for everything, regardless of what your mood is, I think is going to help you more than not. You'll probably live a little bit longer too. Just try to be more optimistic.
Yeah. Yeah, I get I get like that all the time, man. Like and it's so crazy because I just started thinking, it's Tuesdays and Wednesdays on my bad days.
Really?
Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, bro. I love life. I love my family. I love what I have. I love where I'm at. It's not that I'm okay with where I'm at because I'm always trying to level up and get better and go further and shit like that. But on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, bro, I don't know what it is. My mindset, my attitude, it's just like, man, fuck it, bro.
It might be because your emotional patterns go up and down. But if it's Tuesdays and Wednesdays, that means it's 2 days in a row. That's kind of strange.
It is.
Because mine were always, because I've had the same thing where like I've noticed patterns in my week. And I feel like once you understand the pattern, you understand the pattern, you're at least on the right track to fight it. That's what Tony Robbins would always say. He said, humanity only became like a civilized people whenever they figured out patterns. Because then they could figure out, okay, winter's not a good time to plant. We plant in the summer, we make food. And once they figured that out, then they could actually live like civilized people. So like I feel like if we can figure out the patterns in our emotional state throughout the week, then we'll be able to better like distribute that. Because like I know for me, like if I'm having a really good day, I don't want to overdo it. Because if I overdo it, then I'm going to crash the next day for some reason. And I guess I don't know what causes it, but if I'm like noticing that I'm like too excited, I don't want to like act on it too much. So that like maybe you actually do have something in your brain that's like you're running out of it, and then you just have to rebuild it.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not.
Do you ever be having, let me ask you something. Do you ever be having like a great day? Everything's good, music's going good, everybody's happy, you're feeling good, and then all of a sudden you're like, damn, why am I so happy? I shouldn't be this happy.
And then you just go down.
And then boom.
Yep.
Now you're like, man, and now you're fucked.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I was feeling so good, I was feeling so happy, and now I'm just like, man, I don't even, why was I so happy for it?
But then now you don't know why you're mad.
And then I'm just like, I shouldn't be happy because I'm not where I want to be at in life. You know what I mean? And now I'm thinking about, damn, what can I do to get to where I need to be in life?
I think a lot of that comes from
social media, the phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
I noticed that my emotional state is way worse if I've been on, especially at night the next day. So like if I'm on my phone a lot at night, then the next day I might have a bad day, which it's not always that way, but I think it does contribute to it. So I think you just need to be off the phone as much. Like I know for me, I do some doom scrolling.
Dude, even I can tell myself, all right, I'm gonna stay off my phone. I delete all my apps that keep me off my phone, but yet I'll still get on my phone.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's habit.
But think about what life was like before you got your phone. Think about even your parents and stuff. Think about just all like how socialized humanity was and how we all was social. I remember my mom and my dad used to have their friends come over. They play cards. We'd go to my grandma's, play pool. Yep. Everybody would socialize and get together and like drink and talk. Now everybody's out. You're in the club. You're videoing it. Look at me, I'm in the club. This is what I'm doing.
Or people going to concerts and filming the whole thing, and then like you don't even remember what the concert was like.
No,
they're just looking at your phone screen the whole time.
Like
they want to see everything. They want to see the whole world through their phone camera.
And then then you
or
want
someone else's phone
all
camera.
your other people. You want other people to see like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is how my life is. My life is so great. You see how great my life is. They want other people to see that, and it just.
Yeah, I used to be like that too.
But if you really think about it, just think about how life was before, the Android, the Apple, the iPhone 3, when shit really started to take off.
Yeah, communities were a lot stronger, that's for sure.
And everybody was more.
Imagine what Coleman would be like if it was phoneless. And the amount of people in Coleman that are here today are still here.
Yeah.
I guarantee you there'd be a lot more events. There'd be a lot more people going to restaurants, a lot more people hanging out. There'd be more, the pool hall wouldn't be shut down. There'd be more things like that. And I feel like Coleman would be stronger.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing that it's great for you to connect socially with people outside. So it's a great way for you to see the world in a bigger picture, people in other communities doing other things, but then it takes your focus off your own community. And I think that's why people fantasize about like traveling.
Yep.
Which I think I love traveling.
Yeah.
And I will always travel. I think
everybody should travel. Yeah.
But I think some people discard their own hometown too much for the sake of trying to get out. They're always trying to get out because of something they've seen on their phone.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be like that. But I still want to travel.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But I think sometimes it takes getting out of your hometown for a while and then coming back to realize what you really have there.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a step back to really see the value in something.
No, you are right on that with with people seeing that other stuff on social media and they get a false perception. Like, I don't know if you have seen it, but it's just since we're on the topic of that, it kind of reminds me. There's been this influencer that's been trending. His name's Ashton Hall, and his morning routine, what he does, everything.
Oh, the one that blew up.
Yeah. And I want you to realize, he posts his my morning routine, 3 a.m., dunks his face, gets up at. People are so. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say the word stupid, but I'm going to say it. People are so stupid to really think that this man gets up every single day at 3 a.m, and that is his morning routine. And people are gonna be, damn, look how successful he is. I'm gonna have to start getting up at 3 a.m. in the morning if I want to be successful. And I need to dunk I need to dunk my face in cold water if I want to be successful. People are gonna see stuff like that, and
they're gonna start with that instead of the mindset.
The real world shit that you have to do to be successful.
Yeah. I bet it took him a couple of those things to get to that. If he actually does do that, I bet it took him a long time to get to that point.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, you can't do that. That's ridiculous. I'm like, I think people think things are ridiculous that are actually more achievable than they really believe them to be.
Vincent, you can't tell me that guy gets up at 3 a.m. every morning.
I don't know. Some people do get up early. I don't know what time he goes to bed. He didn't show that part. Yeah, I don't think he gets up. I don't think he goes to bed at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock.
No.
By any means.
But yeah, I feel like, some people are going to get, man, if I want to be successful, I got to get up at 3 a.m. I got to do this. I got to drink that Saratoga water. I got to, jump in the pool. And you guys don't see what led up to his success. You guys don't see the after hours that he put in, maybe, to get that successful. You guys don't see the work that he put in to be able to get that freedom to wake up at, 3 a.m. if he does. And to get that freedom to wake up at 3 a.m. and then go to bed whenever he wants to. Because, they don't show that hard part. You never see the hard part of what it took for somebody to get to where they're at. You always see, hey, if you want to be a millionaire, all you have to do is this. If it was that easy, everybody would be a millionaire.
Yeah.
And if it was that easy, everybody would be getting up at 3 a.m. But it's not. It's like.
They don't show the pain and suffering that goes into it. Which there's a lot of times more pain and suffering than there is.
Yes.
When you get to the reward.
Yes.
You're probably going to get through, 80% of it's going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Which people don't see. And they're like, well, it doesn't work. Whatever you said doesn't work. Well, you didn't try.
And just because you wake up, or just you try it for a week and it doesn't work, doesn't mean it's not going to work.
I used to be like that. I used to think that, if I got up earlier, I'd be more successful. Which I do notice that if I get up fairly early, I feel better. But I don't get up as early as a lot of people do.
No. I'm gonna be.
What time do you get up?
What time do I get up?
Yeah.
So my schedule's different. On Mondays, I get up about 7. On Tuesdays, I get up at 4:50 because I go play basketball at 5. Wednesdays, we do play basketball. Sometimes I don't go, but still, I wake up at about 6:45. Thursdays, it's about 6:30. Fridays, it's about six. So like I said, I'm always changing. It's not I don't have like a set time, where I'm waking up every single day at this time. Like excuse me. Sometimes I'll go to bed late.
Mine's normally like 6:30 every day.
Yeah.
I think my body is just used to that now.
It's just normal.
Which I'd like to push it earlier if I can, but because I go to bed fairly early now.
Yeah.
I have a old person life.
I mean, and it, getting up early, it is like you said, you do feel better, and you're able, think about it. If you work, I don't know how many hours a day you work. You work 8. So if you work 8 to 5, say you wake up at 5. Now you got 3 hours before you go to work to literally you get everything done. All the stuff that you say I ain't got time for the gym,
Yep.
or I don't have time for breakfast. If you wake up at 5, like you'll be able to go to the gym at 5, finish your workout by 6:15, come home, make breakfast, get a shower. By the time it's 7 o'clock, you still have an hour before you go to work. You do get a lot more. You can get a lot more shit done if you wake up earlier because you're gaining extra 3 hours, and I feel like it is good to not get up. Say you have to be at work at 8 and you get up at 7:30 and you're going straight to work. I feel like it's good to have that alone time, that time to yourself to think straight, process things, focus on you. Go to the gym, look at, and just really, I feel like that is important. And that really does play a big role in being successful, is having that time to yourself and really sitting down or going to the gym and thinking about, man, what do I want? What is my true purpose?
Yeah,
and
your own personal
own goals and stuff like that, Because when you're at work, you're thinking about, other people, what you have to do for them, thrive in the business and, your family and stuff like that. And it's just like you do have to have that balance where you are just thinking about, and it's not selfish, you're just thinking about yourself. I don't think that's selfish. And people, some people might say it's selfish.
Well, I mean, for you to be able to care for other people and do things for other people, you have to be able to care and do things for yourself, so that you're the best person that can do that for other people.
Yeah.
So I agree.
But
it's probably something I don't do enough of, honestly.
We are, and I think that's part of being a man. You feel like you're too. Or if you do start feeling that way, you're like, man, no, it's selfish. I shouldn't just be thinking about me. Have a family to tell. I need to be thinking about them, their needs, and what's going on. But and that's just part of being a man. A true man, a real man. Cause you're always thinking about other people and how you can make other people happy. And you forget to make yourself happy, or you forget the things that make you happy.
Yeah.
And that's just part of being a man, man. Being a man is tough. They don't talk about it enough, and sometimes we act like we're too tough to talk about it, or we're too tough to, talk about your feelings or shit like that. And I just don't. I think part of being a real man is facing those feelings and talking about it. Yeah,
I don't know how much of it, like, I think a lot of it's been compared to, I might get some hate for this. I think a lot of it is compared to, because I know women have to talk, like physically talk, to get things off their chest. I don't think men have to. I think I think people have like overused the idea that men need to do it the same way women do, but I don't think I think men have a different outlet for that. Whether that's, I think, working out and just spending time by yourself, or running, or doing some of those things that you like to do is a way for you to get it out. I do think it's
it out, or are you just burying them deeper to where you just burying your problem in the back of your head? They're always gonna be there.
Yeah.
Are you just working out and telling yourself, all right, don't think about it. I'm a man. I'm gonna get through it. Just flush it. So you're really just burying those problems and you're burying those feelings. But those feelings they're still there. You're just doing a good job of keeping them in and hiding, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how much you let them affect you. Because I feel like for me, if I change my mindset the right way, or if I can see the world in a different lens, then those feelings will then become irrelevant. So I think it's just a matter of, like, through optimistic viewpoints and things, some of those negative feelings or whatever you might have, you can realize, okay, those actually aren't as, bad as I thought they were.
Yeah.
And then they'll go away. Now, I do think at least I know for people that are married and have significant others, I think it is important to always communicate, regardless, anything. I don't care what kind of man you are. I think you should always, especially with man and wife, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, especially if you've been in a relationship for a long time, always need to communicate because that's the only way it's going to work.
I've noticed that.
I feel like.
Me and my wife, Megan, we were actually going through a pretty, you know, basically the whole time she was pregnant, you know, I really just didn't want to talk about my feelings. I didn't, you know, she was too scared to ask me about my feelings because I never told her, you know, we never communicated. Just the whole pregnancy it was tough on both of us. Okay. You know, mentally, but for her more physically and mentally too, obviously. But then we started communicating more, and I've noticed like when we do communicate more and we do, you know, tell each other how we feel and, you know, hey, I'm feeling this way, you know, and it's just she's like, that's all that's like, if you would just tell me this, it would be no problem at all. Like I would, and it's like, and I've noticed, you know, us communicating more, it's made us closer, and it's made us like more. You kind of getting that friendship back, you know, because like I'm telling you, like people don't probably do talk about it enough, but having a baby does change. It changes everything. It changes the way you think. It changes your feelings. It changes like it just changes everything. You know, you just don't think the same anymore, and you begin to lose touch with, you know, yourself and, you know, your significant other because you're worried about, you know, your baby, and you're just, you know, making sure that he has everything he needs and, you know, shit like that. And I think it is very important, like you said, if you have a significant other, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, to communicate. Communication is key. Like if you just tell your partner might be feeling the same way and you never know it, you know, and now you got, hey, why are we feeling this way? What can we do? Or you know what I mean?
Yeah, even just saying that, like even if you don't know the answer, you're like, hey, I don't know why we're not. Something's up. Something's going. Like I think we both know something's wrong here.
Yeah, like what can we do?
Yeah,
like, you know,
like, I want to fix it.
Yeah,
you know, I feel like just saying that is enough to like unlock.
Yeah,
whatever needs to be said.
And it's the feeling that you get whenever you do that. It's like, damn, like now I remember. This is why I chose you, you know, like because of this right here. Us being able to just talk, and you know, it's have more of a friendship than it is like a relationship. It's a relationship. I feel like if a marriage is gonna work or if a relationship is gonna work, you have to be friends first. Friends first, then you know, father and.
I think it should always be best friends.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire thing.
Yes, but like I said, you know, sometimes it just we go through things in life and it gets hard sometimes, and you just kind of distance yourself and you guys get distant. But it's always good to remind each other, you know, hey, you know, we're in this together. This is why we chose each other, even though, you know, shit's hard right now. Let's remember why we picked each other in the first place, why we are together in the first place. You know, I feel like. And, you know, social media has a big part on that, too. You know, you see other people, you see other couples, you know, they're out, whatever, blah, 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 doing something. Like, you know, I want that. You know, and it's, you know, you're constantly comparing yourself to other people who you don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Who don't even know you.
And you don't even know their whole story. All you see is a little snippet of it.
You know what I mean?
They could be having a terrible relationship. But now you're envious of them and you have a better relationship than they do.
And you don't even know it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just social media,
people have lost the gift of being able to accept their own time and place.
Yeah.
People are just so caught up in wanting to be somewhere else or wanting to be someone else.
Reality?
Yeah.
Losing touch with reality, right? Yeah.
They forget to look around and just like, okay, this room right here. This is a little tiny piece on earth.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm just talking with you right now.
Yeah.
You know, like out of everything else in the world, this is where life brought us to this point right here. And then after this, we're going to go on and do our own things. And I think people just fail to appreciate those little moments. They're so caught up in what they could be doing that someone else is showing them on here.
100%. They get so caught up in doing what they could be doing with somebody else.
Now, it is good to watch comedy clips.
Yeah.
I love that. I will sit there and watch comedy clips. I'll doom scroll that all day.
Yeah, all day.
Who's your favorite comedian?
My favorite comedian?
Yeah.
Favorite comedian? Probably what's his name? It's either Joe Coy, or there's another guy on there that I like. He's long hair, blonde, black hair. I've showed y'all some clips on there before, but I can't remember his name right now. Not bad.
Dude, there's so many of them now. I think the Kill Tony show really.
Kill Tony's amazing. He's actually
Dude,
gonna be.
they brought up
he'll be
so many new comedians.
Yeah. Chris D'Elia, that's his name.
Yeah.
Chris D'Elia is a very good comedian. I think he's funny, and he interacts with the crowd sometimes. Matt Rife is actually.
Matt Rife is good. He's interesting.
Yeah.
I can't tell how I feel about him.
I like how he interacts with the crowd.
I do too.
You know?
I think he's good. I think that's what, because I always felt like he was kind of being fake. But then I think like seeing his interactions with crowds.
Yeah. I feel like he's a genuine dude.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Maybe I haven't seen enough of his stuff yet. I don't know. Who's another good one? Adam Ray. He's I think I'm saying it right.
Yeah, I know.
He's the
Theo Vaughn.
Dr. Phil guy.
Theo Vaughn's a great one.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis is awesome. Speaking of Shane Gillis, it's kind of completely off topic. But Shane Gillis, I played NCAA football, 25. Tell me why we were playing Ultimate Team, and I had a 99 overall Shane Gillis as a middle linebacker, bro. I was playing against him. I seen that shit, and I just completely got off the game, bro. I'm not finna
What?
Yeah, 99 overall Shane Gillis, bro, from Notre Dame. Notre Dame is Shane Gillis' favorite team. It's a real thing. I seen it on there. It's kind of off topic, but, you know.
Hold on, I'm going to search.
Yeah, and he's damn good middle linebacker, dude. Not going anywhere. But
That's funny.
no, yeah. Does
Does he look the same?
Yeah. I mean, they got him like
98 overall rating.
Oh,
What?
he's a 98
Yeah, that's what it says.
linebacker, right?
Yeah, middle linebacker.
Yep.
Do you ever play any Madden?
Huh?
Play any Madden football?
No.
No.
NCAA. That's what I came up on. NCAA.
Dude, I've been playing Madden lately, and I cannot beat the damn game.
How do you beat Madden?
No, like, do you play against other people, or do you play against, like, the
Computer?
Yeah.
I don't fuck with the computer. I do not play against the
I was trying to play against the
computer
computer because I was pissed because I kept losing to my brother. So I tried to play against the computer. I lost 3 games in a row.
to the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have threw my Xbox.
Yeah, so now I'm just done with it.
Yeah. Nah.
That game used to be something like an outlet for me to, like, you know, kind of relax and enjoy myself. No. Stresses me the fuck out.
Does it?
Yeah.
I used to be like that, dude. I would break controllers and shit, but
I like to think I'm a pretty, like, even keel, tempered guy. Nothing really bothers me. Unless you put me on a
I tell you
shitty Madden team, and I'll
literally just
start cussing and throwing shit.
We played today. We played NCAA today at the shop, and I always beat Luis. I beat Luis. Luis is easy to beat. All right, he gets mad. I understood and I understand what he felt like, how he always feels, you know, when I beat him, because he beat me twice. He beat me back to back today in the shop in front of everybody. It's even worse in front of everybody.
Does it bother you? Especially when it's someone you're competitive with.
When I tell you I was hot, boy, I was hot.
Yeah.
Face was red. I really thought about I was like, Luis, like, let's just go outside real quick and let's just swing this out, bro.
It's like you have to.
I want, like, bro, how you gonna disrespect me like that in front of everybody? And he was sitting, you know, laughing and shit, knowing damn well I beat his ass all the time. But, bro, he is in that, you know, laughing.
But then it makes it feel so much better when you do beat him again.
Oh, well, then we played again on the third time and I did beat him.
There you go.
But he was, you know, he got hot. He got mad too after that. But I'm telling you, I was hot, bro.
I used to, my brother Max, when we were younger, we didn't have phones or video games yet. And we would play this foosball table.
On the food? I've never played that.
Yeah, it's like the little
I know what it is.
spinny guys. Yeah,
I've never won at it. Like,
we would we'd play that all the time, and dude, he would always beat me, and it pissed me off like so bad. And I'd be like, good game, and then just like twist his arm and
fucker,
and then just start like.
I just want to hit you in the face so bad. But
we would start getting in fights and shit afterward.
Yeah.
because I'd be so mad. I was such a sore loser.
Can you imagine? Like, just and I want just think about this. Think about all the real shit and all the real world, everything that's happening around us. Yet we're getting pissed off because we just lost to a fucking video game that has no real endpoint. There's no real, it's a game.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Think about how much anger and energy you put in to getting angry when you do lose. If you would just use that energy into something else.
Yeah, why was that energy there in the first place?
Yeah.
Is the question.
Yeah.
Why does that bother me? Because like I feel like there's other things in life that bother me more, but I don't like. Losing, I just get through it. But
losing in a game is.
I think it's because like the idea that like the game should be something fairly easy to play and beat is it's not bigger than your own reality.
Mm-hmm.
So that maybe that's why it pisses you off, is because you can't even beat something that simple.
I feel like it pisses. Another thing too is we kind of when it comes to the football games, I'm thinking real deep on this because this is something that does bother me. You know, when you do lose those games, you're like, damn, why did I lose that? Why can't he just do this? Or I threw it perfect. And it's just, I don't feel like you're not really in control. You're in control, but you're not in real control. So that upsets you even more because you're like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. Or when the game does stupid shit like the receiver doesn't even care that the damn ball's coming, and for some reason the DB turns his head around to look for it, but the wide receiver's just like...
he just hits him in the back of the helmet.
Yeah, that, or he just stands there and does nothing.
Yeah.
That pisses me off.
Yeah. That does. The game does. But
yeah, I usually end up making excuses.
Yeah, I told Louise today, I was like, bro, this fucking controller is stupid.
Yeah.
This controller, what's up with your controller?
I did that once. I was like, this thing's about out of batteries, I think.
Yeah.
So I replaced them and I still lost.
Analog stick's not working, dude. Yeah. I'm clicking square, but it's just still not. You know what I mean? Yeah, I go through that all the time, bro.
Or the quarterback just doesn't throw it where you were looking at. It's like, well, if I was actually doing it, I would throw it right here and not where that stupid quarterback threw it.
Yeah. It's just part of not being in control, I guess.
Yeah, it sucks.
Humans crave control.
At least control of your own life.
Huh?
At least control of your own life.
Yeah. But to get like, all serious again, I feel like, where we're at in life, me and you sitting across from each other, us having a conversation, the cars that are driving by, everything that is going on around us is exactly where it's supposed to be. We're exactly where we're supposed to be right now. Supposed to be having this conversation. Everything happened for a reason. And I don't know, what the reason is, don't know. But I know, 5 years from now, we'll look back on it and be like, oh.
Yeah.
Maybe
like there might be something that we took away from this conversation that's like a little piece of something we said, or who knows. Or maybe someone else watching might see it.
And it helped them, and it influenced another group of people. It's like everything does happen for a reason. Everything you talk about, the decisions you make, even if you thought it was the wrong decision, you still made that decision, and that's the way it was supposed to go. And so I feel like sometimes we do beat you get down on yourself and you beat yourself up. But it's like,
you just got to accept your place and time in reality.
Yeah.
I feel like people just don't. Once you accept that you are where you are and you're there because you're supposed to be there, once you accept that, obviously not like bow down to it, but just accept where you're at and the journey that you're on, then I feel like then nothing can really bring you down.
And I don't want people to think like, okay, where I'm at right now is where I'm supposed to be, so I'm not gonna try to.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not. That's not what we're saying at all. But at least
enjoying where you're at in the process of the journey that you're on.
That you're going. Yeah. 100%.
Like always have the goal. That's the vision. But enjoy the part of the vision that you're on. Because
100%.
tomorrow is going to be something different, but you got to enjoy that too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Because I've always heard from people that have either done something successful or achieved great things, and their thing was like they just didn't stop during the journey to stop and look around and be like, wow, like we're doing this, you know, and just enjoy the journey of it. So I've tried to be committed to just enjoying what I'm doing, the daily grind of it, the little things. And not get so worked up over the fact that I haven't achieved the biggest thing yet. Obviously, constantly work toward it, but don't kill yourself that you haven't hit that yet, because it's coming.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's coming. You just got to keep
going through it.
Just keep grinding.
Keep trudging along.
And then, you know, I feel like another thing, too, that people kind of fall, you know, victim to is that just work hard. You know, if you work hard, just what you have. In a way, it is good to work hard and work hard, but the saying "work smarter, not harder" is that's real shit. It's not
work hard on the smart.
Yeah.
Work hard on the smarter part.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I think people are so consumed, like, oh, if I have 3, like, nothing against people with 3 jobs. That's like you do what you got to do. But I think some people are so consumed by like they don't have a bigger goal or vision outside of, you know, their next paycheck.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. But not everyone's meant to do that. That's something I've realized.
Some people
are completely content with, you know, the minimum wage or whatever job they're working, which there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like you said, I just feel like I'm never content. I feel like I always want more, and I'm always trying to shoot bigger.
Yeah, but not in a negative way. It's like you're not content because you know you're meant for more.
Yeah, I just know I'm meant for more.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's why I get down on myself, because like I know I'm meant for more, but it frustrates me that I'm not at my best. I'm not at my best right now.
Yeah,
I don't feel like. So, you know, some people do get their best. Some people's road to success is with a straight road, and you know there ain't no curves and ain't no bumps, and it's not like that. But everybody has their own journey and their own part of life and their own, you know, road to success. And yours might take 15 years. Dude next to you might take 4 months, and it might just be a straight road. Shit happens the way it's supposed to. Everything happens. Everything falls in place like it's supposed to, you know. That's what brings me back to saying everything happens for a reason. It's just, but it does get frustrating when you, like I said, you know, I know I'm in for more, and I know what that more, I know what that more is, but I just can't picture it all in right now. But I know I'm in for something bigger.
Yeah.
I know I'm in
you
for
have an
something
idea.
more. I have an idea, and it's just like, man,
you know what direction you feel like you need to go in.
Yeah,
but it's over the hill somewhere. It's on the other side.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get.
I got to get there.
You got to get up this mountain first.
It's just,
and
man.
Then you might see that, and then you keep going.
Yeah. But.
Well, I hope this was fun, guys.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of good. I took an edible about an hour ago. That motherfucker is hitting right now.
Oh, is it?
Oh, it's hitting right now, bro. Yeah. But that was a whole hour session.
Yep.
So we're good.
An hour.
If I go any longer, y'all gonna see me. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm cooling. I'm cooling off the. But damn.
Cool.
That thing does hit you.
I guess that's a wrap.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
Cool. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir.
It's been fun.
Yeah, bro. That was fun.
That was good.
Thank you guys for watching this week's podcast. If you have any other topics for us to talk about, comment in the comment section.
And make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and just share the shit out of it, honestly, because we're trying to, you know, get out there and get our name out there. So anything helps us, and just make sure you guys tune in for next week's episode.